talking at you. Hey, happy day 3 of the new year. Hope it's everything you hope for and more. So far, mine's been pretty quiet. Did a little bit of wood hauling, a little bit of snow shoveling, just the usual relaxing around the house, doing as much work as possible. Come Monday, though, that's workout day. Got to get it going. I got the full gym ready to go. It's been down there all year. Haven't touched it once. So I figure with all the wood hauling and stuff I did this weekend, I got leg day out of the way already. So I'm good to go. And tomorrow, maybe around noon, I don't know, I might get down to the gym. And then I got to go to town and do some banking and check on a few jobs, see what's going on. And then jobs as in contracting jobs. Looks like schools around here will be opening up again soon. I think the one in town is like the 4th, tomorrow, I guess. And then the other local one here is around the 11th. I don't know how that's going to go because they've already got, reports, friends and stuff that have been out of town, out of state, vacations for the holidays, and now they're coming back. So all these kids that were supposed to be quarantining, all this stuff, making sure everything's going to be clean, ready to go, are basically just going to the worst places possible coming back. So I would imagine it's going to be closed back down in a couple weeks. So this is a nonstop effort that we're never going to gain on. Here's something more interesting and not COVID. A couple facts for you. Did you know that the Heinz 57 ketchup never had 57 variety? The H.J. Heinz thought the product should have a number, and he liked 57 for some reason, like people like 21 or 69. That's the only reason it has it. There's nothing else to it. And another tip on the bottle of ketchup, if you hit the glass on the 57 and not the bottom, the ketchup will flow. Also, wombats have square poop. Somehow it's the way their intestines shape it. And when they do that, they stack it to mark the territory. There you go. Didn't know that before, did you? Here's one. It's impossible to hum while holding your nose. Pinching your nose, I mean. See, I paused there because you did try it, didn't you? It's okay. I tried it too. So how about some bar stories? I've got a few in there. Wingman stories, a lot of good ones there. A few times I've gone out with some single friends because that's the only way I can enjoy the old life, I guess. To try to set them up with women. Not like I'm some kind of gift or anything, but I am in sales, so I can talk to people, and it comes in handy. So when you break the ice, you talk to these women, you get them all set up. They come sit to the table, you leave your buddy and her alone, and first thing he says is, "Do you think I'm ugly? Am I attractive to women? Do you think you could sit with me for a little bit longer and make me look good for other people?" Don't say stuff like that. It doesn't help. Just sit there, be yourself, have a normal person conversation. Don't act like it's the first time you ever talked to a woman, and you'll probably have a good time. She was willing to sit down at the table, so that's a start. Also, if you went out wearing your beer-stained hoodie and a baseball hat looking for a good-looking woman, you're probably not going to find her. If you do, she's not going to last very long because she obviously makes bad decisions and is going to make another bad decision at some point. Also, the wingman is the person supposed to bring the woman to you and then walk away, not be invited back to the table to have a conversation with the woman for you. Because at that point, you've lost. And she's going for the guy that is doing all the talking. And especially for a guy that's married, that doesn't work so well. And then she gets all pissy. So engage the conversation. Pretend if you have to that you like what she's saying. Although she's probably more interesting than you are, is why you're not paying attention to her. And don't be looking at other women when you're sitting with her. Because this is your chance to, show her, or at least fool her into the fact that you can listen. You can actually use your ears and hear what she has to say. It is true. They want to talk about themselves. They want to know that you can listen to what they have to say. I could be wrong. Maybe I am. But that's the best part of being a wingman. I can just walk away from it all. Another good tip, give your wingman a little idea of what you're looking for, what you like in a woman. Because if I got to go out there and randomly shop for something I think you might like, it's not going to go well. And it's better off if you are into something that she should be sort of interested in it too, because you're going to have a conversation with this woman. And if she's not interested, she's moving on to the next guy that can hold a conversation. Another one, I got lots. Ask her to dance. Whether you can dance or not, you could be the only guy in the bar. You could be hideous. If you are willing to dance and all the other guys are sitting in the bar trying to be cool, you will get to dance, and you'll probably dance with more than one woman because they like that dancing. And there's not many guys that are willing to go out there and make idiots of themselves, and women respect that. They just want to go out there and dance. They want to do the moves. They don't care if you know how to dance. They just want to go out there and shake it and do their thing, and they need somebody to do it with it, because if you go out there by yourself and do it, you look like an idiot. So that's it. Just go out there, dance with women, rub whatever you need to rub on. I mean, it's part of the deal. They'll do it. They're advertising. You're advertising. They're doing it better than you. But yeah, just get out there, show some confidence. Women love confidence. Men love confidence. It goes both directions. So don't hold back. Just go to the bar. The worst thing you can do is say no. It is a much easier way to meet people than trying to guess online, which we could probably get into that right now too, because I've got a little experience in online dating too, which is really fun. Now, I've done a little bit of dating. I've done Match, and I think they used to call it High Five or something like that. And there's another couple other ones. I did all the free ones because I was a cheap ass. And Match wasn't free, but it had the trial. When you do the trial, you do it for about a week, and then you cut it off. You're out of there. I ended up on Plenty of Fish. I'm sure we all know what that is. It's, that show Catfish. We've all seen it. And it's about portrayed as well as it can be on that show, because it is a bunch of dirtbags. I was on there for bad intentions. Towards the end, I was done. I did end up meeting my wife on it, and it worked out great. Wonderful marriage. We got a kid going together. Wonderful. That's been going great. But if you're a woman, I feel bad for you. The few that I met off that, the stories was amazing. I mean, I can't imagine how a woman even dates in this world right now. I mean, there's a lot of bad guys out there. So, if you're a guy, though, it's a candy store. I got pretty good at it. I could go on there. I could read a profile. I could know exactly, what the hidden messages were, because women don't want to just tell you that they're out there to have sex. They have no commitments. They don't want to tell you any of that, because they still hold hope. They want to meet that guy that's in there for one reason, and maybe transform him into something he never was going to be. But, so if you're on the profile, I mean, this is the way it was a long time ago, like years ago when it first came out. You'd see these, obviously, the people know the pictures techniques, go from up above, stuff like that, different angles, hiding the curves, hiding the whatever. Women are skilled at that. Men just show you dick pics and guts, and that works, because women, they're a little less biased than men are, apparently. But but a woman in her profile, she'll write like they used to have a part where it said, do you still want kids, or do you want kids, or something like that. And it'd say, I prefer not to say. Now, that's a big red flag that it means, not a red flag, it's actually a good flag, I guess, if you want to be a pig. It means they can't have children or have been fixed, or not fixed, that's a bad way to say it. Because you're not really fixing them. Tubal litigation, that's the term. Yeah, but fix is easier to say. Oh, that's bad. I shouldn't say stuff like that. Anyways, and when they say looking for a relationship, that's only sort of true. They want to just play around and do fun stuff, and they're hoping maybe relationship out of it. Now, they're going into it knowing that they're probably either going to have a one-night stand or never see this guy again. Now, they don't go on sites like POF. Usually they don't, looking for, the man of their dreams. Now, if they wanted that, probably a better chance meeting that in a bar. At least you know what you're getting into right from square one. On those online sites, they can do so much research before they even talk to you. They can lie to their teeth and have everything they need to know before they even meet you. Trust me, it's easy to do the research. You go through enough profiles and Facebook creeps and stuff like that, you can learn quite a bit about a person. So you got to be wary on those sites, because by the time they get to you, they've learned everything they need to know that's going to make you say yes to something. And that's the best advice I can give there, is don't trust anything online. You got to really do some research and few dates, good long conversations. If they can maintain hour or two conversation, that's usually more effort than most guys are going to put into for a quick one-night stand. because it's just too much effort for them and too many words. So best advice I can give on online dating, go for the conversation. Just drum it out, keep it going, see how long they'll take the conversation for, because it's that investment that lets you know they're serious. That's the best advice I can give any woman from a man. As far as men from women, if you get one that talks to you, she's halfway pretty, go with it, treat her right, and don't screw it up. So back to the subject of wingman, there's also things called bar wives, bar husbands. Very useful tool, especially if you go with friends or you're a married person that hangs out with not married people. It's good to have that person in the group, or even you can find somebody in the bar that's willing to do it. Pretends to be the girlfriend, the boyfriend, or husband or wife. They're good deflectors for people when you don't want to deal with that mess or, stuff like that. Because it's the most annoying thing in the world. You're sitting there with your friends trying to have fun and a woman hits on you or a guy hits on you, or it's just awkward. It's good to have somebody step in there and say, hey, honey, let's go now, or whatever, crap like that. Probably the only thing you got to keep in mind when you do that, though, if you're a guy, any woman will work for that scenario. Because women don't tend to try too hard unless you got like a Porsche or something sitting in the parking lot. Men, on the other hand, unless you are a big dude, somebody that's a little intimidating, somebody that thinks they're going to kick their ass if they talk to their woman, it's probably not going to work as good. You're not going to be some tiny guy trying to fight off big men that are advancing towards a woman. They're not going to care. They're going to walk right past you, and they're going to still harass the woman. So if you're a woman trying to find a bar husband or whatever, just make sure you pick one that can take a punch, because it might come down to it. And that's all I got for that information. And also make sure they're not attracted to you. That's a huge bonus. Okay, so another quick plug here, or not plug, but a cry for help. I got an email, rob.talkatyou@gmail.com. If you could throw some suggestions, advice, criticism, whatever, that's great. Or just some subjects, things you want to talk about. If you want to do an audio thing here with me and we'll go back and forth and argue about something, or you can ask me questions. I got advice. It's not going to be awesome advice. It might be great advice. I don't know. Some people say I give great advice and just don't listen to it. I also have a Facebook page. It's pretty new, so there's not a lot going on there, but it's Talking at You. Just type that in, I guess. And working on, what else is there out there? Twitter. I just started Twitter. I have no idea why I want to use that. It's just a recommendation by other places, I guess. So if you do Twitter at all, you can look me up that way. And let's see, I guess there's not Pinterest, but Instagram. Just through Facebook now, because it's all combined. So if you can figure out how to look me up on that, give it a try. We'll see how that works. So eventually there'll be some video chats. There'll be some interviews, stuff like that, more online stuff. I just don't do a whole lot of the audio right now, or not audio, but the interviews, because it's kind of remote with the COVID and stuff, and I don't have the best setup right now for having side-by-side co-hosts, stuff like that. So I'm not really there yet, but I'm working on it. Hopefully by episode 5 or 6, I'll be at that point. And then it'll get a lot more interesting, because I'm a hell of a debater. I'm really good at pissing people off, and that's where I have a lot more fun, as bad as that sounds. And so yeah, just shoot me up on the email there, rob@talkatyou@gmail.com. And I'll be sure to answer any questions you have. And if you are smart enough to figure out how to do like a video email, don't ask me how you do it. I know it probably can be done. Or audio email where I can use your voice. I can definitely plug that in there. Just make sure it's fairly good quality. Wear your earphones or whatever when you're recording it, just so it doesn't echo. And I'll put you on there, and I'll throw your name out there if that's what you want. Or, we can do some kind of weird back and forth debate, I guess, and I'll put you on a list for future shows. Just let me know you want to do that. and then we'll go from there. A fun fact, since we started off the show that way, oranges aren't orange. They're actually green when they're fully ripe, and in most warm areas where they're originated are green. The orange is actually an abundance of chlorophyll, and that goes away when they get cold. And technically, in areas where oranges are green and they start turning orange, they're at the point of rot. So you can imagine we would be shocked to see green oranges, which is why some places actually dye the oranges orange. That's a horrible thing to think about because you think oranges are fruit, they're healthy, stuff like that. But yeah, in order for us to eat them, we need them to look a certain way. And that's what happens. They can be covered in wax, shocked with cold. Some are scrubbed down with detergent and dipped in dye. So there's something for you to look up to see if it's actually true. I might not have got all the facts right, but that is true. Green oranges are the way they're supposed to be. The name is not even originally with this name. That didn't come like till after 300 years later when they actually had a word for orange. So there's something to look up for you later there. It's a little fun fact. So on that note, I'm going to call it a show. I'm kind of throwing things out there, seeing what sticks. So if you like anything I was talking about tonight, say, hey, we need more of that kind of stuff. And I'll make sure I add more of the stuff you like and less of the stuff you don't like. So do that email I told you earlier, rob.talkatyou@gmail.com. And check out the Facebook page, Talking At You. Just type in that, should come right up. And I'll hopefully hear from you, and I'll add more to the shows later and see if any of that works for you. Just keep me posted. Let me know what you like and what you don't like, and we'll get it going. My name's Rob, and it was fun talking at you.